Hello, this is folks. This is John Gill. Uh, we're speaking to him on the 1st of September 2010 on the occasion of the publication of his book Victims of the Legal Profession by John Gill. A Terrible Anger Sets the Tone on a Corrupt Irish Judiciary. The Corrupt Side of Ireland Exposed is his new book, John, and it's been taken you a few years of research to compile this book that's just been published in the last few days, hasn't it, John?
Yeah, absolutely. It took me 9 years.
Right.
Little over 9 years, yes.
And like in it, you uncover.
I have documented evidence of true cases. It's real people, real judges, real solicitors, real barristers. It's a factual. History of what I've been through for over the period of
regarding they robbed you of your
they robbed me of
houses.
€250,000 and 48 building sites.
That was solicitors in
mainly solicitors, barristers, and with the support of the judiciary.
Right, and so not only has, like, obviously you've named names and published documents nailing these
The
people.
corruption is on their own admission.
On their own admission, right? So it's a good way to bring this out to the public here on YouTube, and we're. I mean, so is this book? Are you self-publishing it, or is it in bookstores, or where can people get hold of it? Do you think?
It will be in certain bookstores, yes. We are kind of careful because we are aware that what has happened to me over the 9 years will similarly happen to me in the publication of the book. So we're very careful. We have it already distributed to many places around the world. National libraries of Canada, the States, England,
right.
Wales, Scotland.
Libraries in these countries.
The national libraries, yes, and to bookshops that I have visited around the world myself.
Have you? Like which bookshops would it be in?
Well, it's in one big bookshop in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and there's a number of others.
Okay, and like but if they wanted to write to you, I guess they could get a copy of the book, could they?
They can write or phone me on my phone number, which is 360-436. That's 061.
360-436. Okay,
yes.
And from outside of Ireland, it's 0035361360436.
Yes.
And also your address. Do you want to give the address?
My address is Drumline, Drumline, Newmarket and Fergus, County Clare.
That's John Gill, Drumline, Newmarket and Fergus, County Clare, and he'll give you a
the book costs €25 plus postage.
Okay, because I don't think there's much profit in this, but certainly the bookstores are taking a huge cut out of it. So if you can support John in his efforts and write to him directly, in order that, because he's doing this entirely really voluntarily, and he's spent a lot of time over the last while compiling this book for the people to protect yourselves against the criminal legal industry, which preys on people and takes advantage of many people, and so
we will be travelling around the country to various towns.
Yes.
With our wagon, we have a wagon, the LPS wagon, and we will be distributing the book from the wagon. And
when do you think that you will be going round on the?
Well, the book. We got the first copies of the book. The first 500 copies of the book printed last Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and once we get everything organised, we will be on the road right through right through Ireland. Yeah.
Okay, so anything that you can do to support John, send him a donation, send him anything, send him $20, send him $50, send him, and he'll send you the book. An autographed copy, and it'll help him in his work, because he's helping people around Ireland and in America. Isn't that right?
That is
contact
correct. Yes,
you.
It's amazing all the people that are all of a sudden get encouraged to say what happened to them after the return from especially England and America, to find that their property has been confiscated, stolen.
Right.
But by all kinds of trickery and forgery of wills and distortion of wills and so on.
Okay.
People, we know we are all ready, but we will have to get the documented evidence before we can publish the number of solicitors who have gone out to old people and made out the will to benefit themselves. It's absolutely appalling.
Yes.
I'm meeting actually a number of them over the next this coming weekend up the west of Ireland.
A number of old people who have been
duped out of their property, who have come back here to find that their property has been
expropriated.
Stolen, if you will.
Is that a lot of it through will writing, forgery?
That's right, through forgery of wills, yes.
Because
I think the government we have no.
But what is if somebody wants to write a will? What should they do? Normally they go to solicitor and leave him the original.
Well, it's like this. There's no point in relying on a corrupt government, because they're not going to do it. We're going to have to force them into a situation. Things like this. This is the first of many books,
right,
of documented evidence, mainly of misappropriation of property,
right,
stealing property. Factual situations that we can prove, and we have already registered 10 books with ISBN, and we intend to.
Okay, and what's your email address, just so as people can contact you?
My email address is jfgill@ymail.com.
So that's JF for Frank, Gill, Gill, at ymail.com. jfgill@ymail.com. So
yes.
People get on the email and make yourself known to John Gill if you need help or advice, shall we say? Is that fair enough to say? Call John.
I will try and help anyone I can, because I have a good knowledge of the extent of corruption in this country. And the more that I expose them, the more help I get from people, or the more people are getting courage to come out and to get away from the veil of secrecy and tell their story. And this is what I'm trying to point out to people. When you read this book, you will find out the extent of cover-up within the legal and judicial system. It's absolutely appalling.
Right.
It is appalling. It's going to be an eye-opener. It's not going to be an eye-opener, because I'm sure the Minister for Justice is well aware, but they are not. I don't think at this moment in time that the Fianna Fáil and the government parties could operate without corruption.
Right.
They thrive on corruption. They thrive because it's covered up. I mean, this NAMA business is very, to me, it sounds very dicey. You'll read on this. You'll read about. Bankruptcy and the theft of property big time in this.
All right,
documented.
But yeah, NAMA is of course a multi-billion-dollar scam. Many people would consider they've been robbed blind, and the corporations, the banks are getting richer, and the people are getting poorer. Isn't that right?
Absolutely, yes.
There's no bailout for the people.
And there's only one people that are going to gain from this, and that is the legal profession.
Yes.
And when you read this book, you will find out how they get away with their corruption. They are supported 100% by the judiciary.
Right.
We have an untrained, unfit judiciary, not fit to sit in judgment of anyone. I have caught him out, and I am proud of what I have done over the past 9 years. I've sat here in this house 7 days a week for over 9 years. I've taken them on in the courtrooms of Ireland, right to this country, for myself and for many other victims who are now preparing to put their cases, the documented evidence, in a similar book to this, and get it out for the world, for the people, the Irish people all over the world, and others who have been duped out of their property, robbed of their property and inheritance in this country.
Okay.
It's absolutely, it's appalling.
It is appalling. Well, thanks very much, John. We hope maybe to do another video with you at some time in the future. But people, get your get in contact with John. Send him a cheque for the book. It's £25 plus postage, and that's Victims of the Legal Profession. Victims of the Legal Profession Society by John Gill. Terrible anger sets tone on a corrupt Irish judiciary. The corrupt side of Ireland exposed. And
for the first time they tell me that people has done research, for the first time in more than 150 years,
right.
Those people are eventually caught out, and it has taken 7 days a week for 9 years
for 9 years
to do the research, and the research is wonderful.
Yes,
it's absolutely wonderful. I have got all kinds of academics and different people read this book in the last week, and
and of course you've done many radio since the publication over the last week.
Yes, well, a gentleman, we had a meeting up in Tubbercurry and Sligo where I distributed some books last Friday.
Yes.
And some people that had a glance over the book for a half an hour claimed that it was serious enough to bring down Fianna Fáil.
Right.
Because Fianna Fáil are the main contributors to corruption in this country.
Right. Well, as we know,
born of corruption, and they have lived and advanced it or expanded it down to the years.
Well, that's true. As we know from John J. Toory's book, Eamon de Valera, the England's greatest spy and most dishonest reprobate that has ever had power in this country. So,
well, the English people will tell you, or the Irish in England will tell you, that England has done something about corruption since the foundation of the state. Ireland has gone backwards, has done the opposite.
Okay, John Gill, thank you very much.